What's going on, beautiful people, man? This is yours truly, Versace. Welcome to the One Now Road Talk Show. Today, chat, we're doing a crazy reaction video here. And I've been saying this for the longest time. And before we get started, I want to say this to everybody that's tuning in. My name is Juan L. Okay, that's my real name. Um, I started my YouTube channel for music stuff. The urban news, the hip hop, the music industry, the entertainment stuff, right? I started the channel, Versace made it for that. But I wasn't allowed to upload or my videos of me DJing or me making beats on FL Studio. Every time I try to upload it, it'll give me a warning. Or if you finish, if you upload this, you might get a community guideline warning or a strike. So I stopped with the music stuff. I started doing what everybody was doing in 2023. Everybody and their mother from 2023 to 2024, everybody was doing reaction videos on everything that's going on in the world, no matter if it's political, the industry, whatever it is. And going down these rabbit holes or going down all these doors to learn how the government works, who's controlling the government, why we do the things we do around the world. You know, I learned that the American government is like a coloring book. You remember when we were young and our parents would give us these books that you had to connect the dots. Then when you connected all the dots, you saw the picture, right? So in our political thing here in America, before we get to this Piers Morgan show here, Uncensored, he's talking about Ben Shapiro. Okay, I lost two YouTube channel. I lost a TikTok channel, my big TikTok channel. I lost my two big YouTube channels. I did have two big ones. I was demonetized, but I love uploading videos. I had a big following. I had millions of views a month. Millions of likes, half of millions of or millions of watchtower. But I was demonetized, right? And every time I spoke to somebody that had millions of subscribers, matter of fact, I spoke to people that had their own agents, right? So I'm not gonna say these big famous streamers because this is why they love me, because I keep stuff low key. Right? I don't use their name to be famous or whatever. And they all told me, they're like, "Yo, bro, it's somebody on YouTube that don't like you. We went through all your 5,300 videos. It took us like 3 hours, and we didn't see nothing that honestly broke the community guideline." But then that person said, "Well, I did see like 4 videos of you going hard on Israel." I said, "Yeah, but in me going hard on Israel, did I disrespected it or did I violated it?" And they said, "In our eyes, no. But in their eyes, yes. This is why they flagged your channel. This is why you could have had 1 billion subscribers. You still wasn't going to get paid from YouTube. You could have got paid, endorsement deals from company because of your millions of followers. But from YouTube, you wasn't getting paid or from any ads, okay? Because they red flagged your channel." So and I'm like, now I started going deeper into the stuff of Israel, right? I'm noticing that it's like Kanye West said. They own the music industry. They own the movie industry. They own the fashion industry. They own everything, right? When you look at who owns certain things in the world, is a Jewish family, right? So as an American born citizen that defended this country for 17 plus years doing security work, okay? I learned a lot of things in my life. And one thing that keeps bothering me is, why is it when we Americans start asking questions about why are we getting banned for asking question about Israel, right? Why is Israel butting in into the American politics? Why is it so embedded in our government, in our internet stuff, in our banking stuff, like everything? So I lose the channel, guys, right? And I kind of remember why. Because I told the last video I made, okay, was talking about Ben Shapiro um, and Officer Timo, okay? And I said it's wrong what you guys are doing because you guys are getting paid by another country, okay, to violate us Americans. So the way the Jewish community or the Jewish mafia does is that they bully you, they harass you, okay? They'll make up stories about you, okay? That your father, they start saying, and the thing is, they always go after you. How? Oh, he's a sex predator, or he likes this, or he's this, or she's this, right? And there'll be so much negativity report on you that your own family will turn on you because they will believe what they're seeing in the news, in the internet, all about you. And it's wrong. Okay? It's wrong. Because I believe the community guidelines on these platforms is that if you show somebody getting bullied and harassed, like if I would have had a Jewish person right here and I'm making a video, yelling at them, harassing them, bullying them, then guess what? Then I look for them to close my channel down because I did broke the community guideline rules or whatever. But for me asking a question, why is it every time we ask a question about Israel, we get in trouble? We can talk about everybody and their mother, right? People spoke very bad about the black community, super bad, even to this day. Lazy, junkies, look at them. They all drug dealing, they all gangbangers, these effing inners, the N-word, right? But you don't see the black community attacking people, closing their bank accounts, making people look like weirdos, demonetizing people, banning people from platforms, banning from other famous streamer to do business with you. That's like a mafia shit in America. And it's allowed. And everybody in the streaming platform that said anything about Israel, look what happened to the Tate brothers. For Andrew Tate talking about the Matrix, the deep state, Israel, how they're embedded in the government, how what bad things they're doing and lying about it, like this war in Iran. The war started since the 1980 when Bibi Netanyahu kept coming to America with the same bullshit sign, showing the world we have to take care of Iran. Look, they're 2 weeks closer to making the biggest bomb. And then you're like, wait a minute. How far is Iran from America? Bro, it's like a gazillion fucking miles. They will literally have to get close to us on a ship or however to even send a missile close to us. Right? All these wars are all made up because of Israel are trying to clean up the Middle East out of all the Arabic leaders so they can control the Middle East, because if you can control the Middle East, you control the world. And that's what's happening here in America. Okay? Look, I have Donald Trump right there. Let me see if I can do this before the camera messes up or something. Look at that. You see that thing up there? That's Donald Trump right there, guys. Okay? I'm not a Republican. I'm not a Democrat. I'm a regular American that loves this country. Okay? And it's wrong why these Jewish mafia people are controlling everything we can say or not say. And it's wrong. And watch what Piers Morgan is saying here. This is why I'm saying what I'm saying now, guys. All this is what I'm saying is going to lead to this story here. Listen to this and let me know in the comments. If you're new to the channel, thank you for tuning in. Much love and respect. I love you guys for tuning in. And remember, we're not here to bully, harass anyone or to share hate speech, YouTube. We're here to learn what to do and what not to do in certain situations and just give our honest opinion on things that don't make sense. That's it. Let's get to the story.
And respected him, even when we disagree. I still do. He's stridently partisan and staunchly conservative, of course, but he's willing to criticise Trump and others in the administration when he thinks they've got it wrong. Well, one thing he doesn't criticise, however, is Israel, and he routinely gets very upset when other people do. It's such a blind spot for Ben that through the red mist of his rage, he sees an alternate reality where anybody who disagrees with him is a demonic, America-hating terror apologist who can only possibly be doing it for ratings. And it was brought to my attention that he was very upset about a debate last week featuring Dave Smith.
So last night on Piers Morgan, which is the Jerry Springer of political television, where people gather to throw chairs at one another and determine paternity. Piers Morgan, who has sort of made a mockery of the entire industry by putting on screen whatever dregs are still willing to go on screen with Piers Morgan. He had on Dave Smith, who has, apparently his job is never to tell jokes, but to instead give poorly informed foreign policy takes. And also to hate America. Here we go.
Well, first, Jerry Springer was a very good friend of mine, and he was a beloved national treasure who actually hosted one of the most successful shows in television history and became a media mogul worth hundreds of millions of dollars. So thank you for that comparison, Ben. Second, we proudly host lively debates on things that people care about, featuring guests that people care about, to cover both sides of complex news stories in an engaging way. Do the debates sometimes get a bit combative? Yes. Do audiences tend to enjoy a bit of theatrical rough and tumble? Of course they do. That's why the Daily Wire, Ben's company, has an entire political debate show which is literally called Bar Fight. That's why Ben's own show features hard-hitting segments including Ben Shapiro destroys celebrity ice reactions. Ben Shapiro destroys the Golden Globes. Ben Shapiro reacts to woke TikToks. Ben Shapiro reacts to woke socialist TikToks. Ben Shapiro reacts to woke religious TikToks. And when it comes to humiliating the industry, please tell me why the Pulitzer Prize Committee did not reward Mr. Shapiro for this masterpiece.
What the Run.
You could say that makes a mockery of the industry. Third, I want to examine the charge that I've committed a sin against journalism by hosting what Ben Shapiro describes as whatever dregs are still willing to appear on my show. Well, on the subject of Iran and US foreign policy specifically, recent guests have included Masih Alinejad, Lisa Daftari, Patrick Bet-David, Carla Sands, Rob O'Neill, Goldie Gamara.
So the people you see on your screen right now, from Patrick McDavis to everybody here, okay, all get paid from Israeli people to defend Israel. No matter what people catch these people red-handed doing, these people are still going to defend Israel, okay? Watch, I'm going to put down so you guys can see the other side right here. The guy you guys see on your screen, right
Jonathan
over here, I believe got something to do with something with Israel in the Charlie Kirk assassination. This guy right here. Okay? I could be wrong, but I could be right. It's weird who this guy is. Let's get to the story.
Tom Rickers, Alan Dershowitz, Alika Lebon, Ambassador John Bolton, General Wesley Clark, General Mark Kimmett, a former UN prosecutor accusing Iran of mass murder, Ambassador Mike Huckabee, former Vice President Mike Pence, Eric Weinstein, Josh Hammer, former Israeli Prime Minister Naftali Bennett, and the IDF spokesman Nadav Shoshani. Now, it's unlikely that Ben is talking about any of these people because they are either vehemently pro-Israel or to some extent they are supportive of attacking Iran to destroy its regime. It's also unlikely he's talking about, say, Michael Knowles or Isabel Brown, who make very valuable contributions to the show on a regular basis and do, of course, work alongside Ben Shapiro at the Daily Wire. So what is he really talking about? Well, we know he doesn't like Dave Smith and flat out refuses to debate him, which strikes me as pretty cowardly. You can make up your own minds about why he refuses. And what Ben really takes issue with is that among the many guests supporting his worldview, and specifically supporting Israel, we also invite many people who don't support his worldview and don't support the Israeli government.
Take Piers Morgan, of course, suggesting the only reason that I was not appearing on his show anymore was his criticism of Israel, which is weird because I appeared on his show for literally months after October 7th, even though he was already critical of Israel. And I really haven't said anything on Piers or about Piers or to Piers for probably a year. I just stopped appearing on his show. Why? Well, honestly, he kept bringing on actual Nazis and the Nazi adjacent and then treated them all too often as voices worthy of a large audience. Like, for example, these people.
I believe that Jewish supremacy is the greatest threat to America, and I think it's the greatest threat to the world today. I truly believe that.
You think Hitler was very cool?
Yes, I do.
One of them.
And I'm tired of pretending he's not.
It's going to be the headlines tomorrow. Piers Morgan, Israel is ISIS.
Only amongst people who weren't listening.
That's how I feel about those young men in Gaza. You ask me why I won't condemn them. Because those young men were born into a concentration camp.
You don't think they
Israel
have?
has been a terrorist state. Okay, Israel right now is imparting a genocide and a Holocaust on the Gazan people.
Listen, it's Piers' choice who he decides to have on his show and how he decides to conduct the kind of clown car battle royale that he does on a show every night. And it's my choice not to join that circus. We all make our choices and we all live with them, but some of us make our choices based on, actual principles and not the clicks.
Well, the last time Ben Shapiro appeared on Uncensored to discuss Israel's war on Hamas specifically was in March 2024, at which time I was being accused on a daily basis of being a paid-up Israeli shill. He lacks the self-awareness to realise that many pro-Palestine contributors got very angry with our show for hosting so-called genocide enablers like him. That's exactly why I'm not partisan and don't want to be. There is more than one view on any emotive or consequential subject. You can't possibly know you are right if you don't know what the other side thinks. That's precisely why free speech exists as a principle we all defend. And when it comes to principles, as Mr. Shapiro puts it, I'd remind him that I've left several high-profile jobs over my principles. Principles like my views on gun control and my belief that criticising a princess is an essential right. I give my opinions about everything based on the information I have at the time, and I change my views when facts change. Some people might find that highly irritating, but it's because I'm not an ideologue, and I never will be. Ben Shapiro calls our debate a clown show circus, and that's fine. He's perfectly entitled to his opinion. Many people do choose to watch Uncensored, including clearly Ben Shapiro. It's ironic that the clips he showed were not from our so-called battle royale debates, but from long-form one-on-one interviews, which we do a lot of the time. And it's outrageously disingenuous that the clips he showed did not include the parts of those interviews where I called out every single one of them about things I didn't agree with. His montage of the same interviews could have looked like this. You sound like a Nazi.
All right, you're here right now to learn what you don't know, yes?
Sorry
If
about
so,
the commercial, guys. There we go. And before we think here, guys, shout out to my brother right here, Dan Banzeri. So that's the other thing. People like Dan Banzeri is speaking facts, okay? This man cannot have a platform. They demonetized him. They went after his bank accounts. They really destroyed this man's entire business. But like, this man's a smart business dude. He knew to put money all over the place just in case this would happen. And this is what I be saying, guys. Why is it that we have traitors in America that put another country first than this one here, where they live, where they were born? Okay? Ben Shapiro lives in Israel. He has what's that shit called? The visa thing. Like you can be a citizen. He's a citizen in Israel. He's a citizen here. Like dual thing. Well, I don't know what's that called, but find the thing for me. And this is just wrong, guys. This is just wrong.
I mean, Why do you say that?
That's literally what Nazis would have said in World War II. You think if half your family had been wiped out by very fucking cool Hitler, you'd still think he was very fucking cool? Or would you think that actually he was a despicable monster who murdered 12 million people? The comparison, which is more apposite, is ISIS and Hamas. They are both nihilistic terror groups intent on killing as many Jewish people and others as they can possibly kill. That's not true.
As the numbers, okay.
It's just not true.
Piers.
Well, Professor, with respect.
Okay, I'm not going to.
It's not true.
Piers. Yeah, but you have to listen to what I say.
But you want me to believe you when you say you weren't aware of the scale of this for several days. I find that just, I'm incredulous that you want me to believe that.
This country, which was formed in 1948 by pretending to be refugees, if you will, and being invited into the homes of Palestinians, the horrific story
Well, they weren't
of what
pretending to be
happened.
refugees. They were people fleeing a Holocaust. You can take the view, as many do, that interviewing people with extreme opinions is pointless. You can stick your head in the sand like an ostrich or hide behind your very big desk and wish they didn't have an audience, but they do. My view is that they already speak unfiltered to large audiences, and whether you like it or not, and at least on my show, these audiences get to see them being challenged. Ben Shapiro used to make a mockery of deplatforming when the person being deplatformed was Ben Shapiro, usually by shrieking protesters on woke campuses. But his uncompromising views...
It's funny, right? Charlie Kirk's #1 enemy was Ben Shapiro. And it's weird that 24 hours after Charlie Kirk passed away, Ben Shapiro, oh, Charlie Kirk was my best friend. Charlie Kirk this, but he used Charlie Kirk's death to promote his book, to promote this war, okay, to shit on us Americans, to having opinions, telling us Americans that if we don't like what's happening in America, to get out of our country. Let me know in the comments, what are your thoughts on this, guys? Honestly, let me know in the comments. I love you guys. I hope you're having a beautiful day today. I have more videos today coming out, and I apologize I haven't been uploading as much here, but it's like I told you guys, I don't let the internet take over me. I upload when I want, what I feel that you guys like to see. I'm all over the place. I can do a reaction on government. I can do a reaction on cops things, police chasing. I could do a reaction on celebrity gossip or whatever it is that I feel like uploading, I upload. I love you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. See you later on. Peace out.